Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. Today's Sunday, nice, relaxing, really rainy, kind of chilly day. I'm excited to just sit down and go through all the news I've set aside from the last 2 weeks. I didn't do one of these last week. I've been insanely busy. May was a down month on my channel. I'm hoping to ramp it back up in June. I love doing this stuff. As long as you guys like it, I'm happy. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about that Jeff Wilson video I put out last week. It's funny, I put it on a Memorial Day morning and I thought, this isn't going to get much traction. Today's the day to do this. People aren't going to really see this. And I was so naive. That video had like 3,000 views on Memorial Day. And a lot of people got really mad about it and they didn't watch it. So people were mad about the way I was attacking Jeff. And I would say, did you watch the video? And they would say no, or they just would ignore me altogether. And one person admitted I hadn't, but now I have, and I agree with you. So a lot of people made really good points about, and points that I don't necessarily agree with, but I get their point about Curry and ultra modern value going up. Eventually, I can see that potentially over a long haul. But the best points were that those vintage cards were semi-high pop and easily replaced by a person of wealth like Jeff Wilson. And if you want to buy an ultra modern number to 25 Steph Curry card, a goat, I can see that. I get it. Anyway, let's jump in here. I still wouldn't, by the way, trade those cards for a number to 25. You're trading a diverse collection for one card. That's just me. All right, let's jump in here. All right, longtime subscriber Doug sent me this. This is listed on eBay. 1962 Celtics Bob Cousy game used photo matched NBA Finals Game 7 jersey. 61-year-old jersey listed at $1.25 million. I'm going to add it to my watch list. See if they'll make me an offer for like $1 million. Not that I can afford even $1,000 for it, but still fun. This is OTS Sports, which I've featured on I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I've featured them on a video in the past. Moving along, you've probably seen this already. The Drew Jones card was pulled in a car. You can see the guy's knee right here and his leg here, and it looks like all the pack wrappers. Here's maybe the steering wheel. I can't tell. Drew Jones, Superfractor, 1 of 1, first Bowman. DA Card World had offered $250,000 for it at the time of the poll, or $1 million if he makes the Hall of Fame. And I got thinking, first of all, if you can pull a card from a, I don't know, $500, $600 box, that's worth $250,000. You take that money all day, every day. You invest it. You're not going to get to $1 million with it in 20 years. Let's say 20 years it takes for him to make the Hall of Fame. But still, it's much, much better off. And then Alts and Ends actually did an analysis of this right here. So they said they're offered $250,000 upfront for the card or $1 million if and when Jones becomes a Hall of Famer. Now, I think it was Chris Sewell did an analysis recently, or maybe it was Scotty B Cards, where like 1% of players each year make the Hall of Fame. It's very, very unlikely that a player ever makes the Hall of Fame. So they analyzed this and said $250,000 invested. Now you have to pay taxes on that $250,000. Maybe there's a way to avoid the taxes up front. I don't know. I'm not a tax attorney, tax specialist, whatever. $250,000 invested at an annual return of 5% for 10 years would yield about $477,000. If you took the $250,000 today, you'd have to return about 7.2% annually for 20 years to surpass the $1 million. But that's you have to think he's guaranteed to make the Hall of Fame to worry about that $1 million not coming to fruition. I don't know. I think it's crazy, and thankfully, the person who pulled it also did too, because they ended up selling it to DA Card World. David Adams, for $250,000. So good for them. They did exactly what I would do as well. In this same article by them, by Alton Insights, they talked about the Jordan and other jerseys from the USA Dream Team. Amassed $5.4 million in total sales, 24 items. Almost 60% of that was just the Jordan jersey, which makes sense. You know, this is the whole collect goats argument. People like Larry Bird, $360,000. This is jersey records that were set. $230,000, Charles Barkley. But Jordan's jersey was worth almost 10 times as much as Larry Bird's, which makes sense. Bird is a top 10 player of all time. Jordan is the #1 player of all time. Don't argue with me. David Robinson, $116,000. Clyde Drexler, $91,000. It actually surprised me a little bit that Drexler went for more than Scottie Pippen's, $80,000. Maybe Pippen is hurting his reputation and his memorabilia values recently by repeatedly trashing Jordan in weird ways. I'm not really sure. Now, Nat Turner, the head of PSA, and let's see what else. What is his title? CEO of Collectors, home of PSA, Golden, Card Ladder, etc., tweeted out pretty interesting submission data from PSA Card showing submission data of the top 3 U.S. sports since 2021. And I looked at this, and I couldn't believe Nat Turner, the head of a multi-billion-dollar company, I assume, is tweeting out a chart from Microsoft Excel. So I tweeted back at him, and my background is in data analytics. I've worked in data analytics for 13 years, coming up next month, 13 years. I said, oh my goodness, you need an analytics team, Nat. This was created using Excel. It's genuinely shocking that the CEO of a company is sending this out. It's unbelievable. So Nat responded to me, help. And within minutes, I got a notification. Fiorella Bariani followed me. So I go, I want to see who this is. Vice President of Talent Acquisition at Collectors. And I thought, this is wild. Do they want to, and you can see here, she follows me. It was within minutes of that tweet. And I immediately thought, are they going to try to find out what I do? Oh, actually, it was right after this one I said, my primary job is managing analytics teams for a very large company. We haven't used Excel in years, and neither should a company loaded with data like PSA. Great to see baseball's rise in grading, though. And that's when, within minutes of that tweet, she followed me. He said, don't worry, we only use it for the most important things like my tweets. Pretty funny. So, did they want to hire me? No. But for a minute, I thought it would be pretty cool for PSA or Collectors to reach out. She still follows me. I don't know why. That's fine. But Nat, buddy, get yourself some solid visualization. All right. Now we have this. You've probably seen this. This has been all over the place. Lonzo Ball and Jason Tatum, dual logo man autograph card from 2017. I think it's rookie for both of them, if I remember correctly. The person who has been waiting for this card for years ended up seeing it. It's Carl Zhou. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Sorry, Carl. He received this redemption, has not been fulfilled yet. It's still open. He's been waiting 4 years, and then he spotted it on eBay. It's a 1 of 1, of course. So why would he be seeing a card that he's waiting for a redemption on eBay? And it's a cool looking card. Lonzo Ball, of course. Tons of talent, may never play basketball again, according to rumors. And it sold for $23,000. So Panini has not responded, blah, 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 blah. Panini will most likely offer him enough compensation to be worth his while to make this issue disappear. There's just a lot of these stories with Panini. And I'm not going to try to pile on here, but here's a redemption that got mailed out, missing half of the autographs. I don't know who these people are. Edge and AJ Styles. The Edge autograph is there. Where's the AJ Styles one? If it makes you feel better, I got a Randy Orton patch auto from Impeccable, and it was missing the patch. Apparently, all of them were. That's crazy. And then there are a lot of these stories. This is not new at all. PSA tweeted this out. Michael Jordan NBA debut stub, ticket stub, carries significant meaning as a collectible. This signed example sold at Heritage, sold for $87,000. Very cool item. You can see his autograph right there. This was, and I can't flip this around, but Chicago won 109.93, October 26th, 1984, Michael Jordan NBA debut. Very cool. I bought a ticket from Carl Yastrzemski's 3,000 hit game. I'm going to get that autographed. I'd like to get one from his debut game, but I haven't been able to find it. I'm going to get a bunch of Yaz autographs on various items. So let me have this. I just thought this was hilarious. Sport royalty, dual autographs. Shohei Ohtani. Yep, definitely sport royalty. And then Ben Simmons. How does this happen? Even when Ben Simmons was playing 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago when he was playing well in the regular season? Nobody would have called him sport royalty. He was a good player, all-star kind of, thanks to the team he was on. Then I've got this one. I like this a lot. This is a 1980 Topps Larry Bird Magic Johnson rookie card. Collector Sean Gandhi cracked a PSA slab and had Dr. J sign it at the National last year. Then he got Magic Johnson and Larry Bird to add their signatures at private signings. And look at how nice these signatures are. Beautiful. Took 10 months, and now he's going to send it back to PSA to have it regraded and authenticated. It's pretty awesome. I love that one. And then somebody says they'd rather have it without the autos in a high grade. Okay, sure. There's a big difference between autograph collectors and non-autograph collectors. I would much rather have this. I don't know what the grade would come in at. Don't care. And then check out this Paolo Banchero, 1/1 superfractor, or gold vinyl, sorry, 1/1. Again, Panini. Look at how off-center this is. That's like 90-10 for a 1/1. We've talked about this Nintendo Power #1. This one was graded by CGC as a 9.4, sold for $15,000. This was a week ago, $15,000. But I wanted to see what has a 9.4 sold for before. In December, just 6 months ago, sold for 24,000. So the Nintendo Powers are coming down just like everything else, from 24,000 to 15,000 in 6 months. And last but not least, we have CGC Home Video now grading old VHS tapes. And I believe, and I looked into this when it first came out about 2 weeks ago, I believe they can be either sealed or unsealed. And I have dozens still out in my garage that have been out there forever. Let's see. I can't zoom in on any of this. Here's Blade Runner. I have dozens that are unsealed. Can I zoom in on anything? Sealed, yeah. So it tells sealed. And I have some classics from the 80s and up to the mid 90s. Maybe I'll do that. Like Shawshank Redemption's my favorite movie of all time. I think it'd be cool to have that. What would you do? Do you have any graded VHS? Apparently CGC is grading them at a much, much lower cost than the other companies that are doing this. $40 per video. I don't know if that's good, but apparently it's much lower. I've never gotten a video or even a video game graded. I'd be curious to know if you have any, or if you have any that you would love to get graded, any classics, what classic would you want graded? Like uh, Godfather. What other classics are there out there? That's it for today. Let me know what you think about this. I enjoy doing this, and it seems to be pretty popular with most people. So let me know. I appreciate it. Hope you guys had a great weekend. See you soon.